I think that works. We're talking about Coach's two of his children are here with us tonight. But Coach we had a tough one against East Callaway. Coach Steve Pardue brought his team into Callaway Stadium and came away with a big win against us. But, Coach, even before we get into the game, it was a difficult week at LaGrange High with the loss of a student, and I'm sure that it was very difficult throughout the entire week to maintain an even keel and get the guys focused on what was going on with such a difficult thing going on.
Yeah, it's always tough, when you have something like that happen. We tried our best to offer, help, through the school. With the principal, the administrative staff, and people like that. But our guys did a really good job of really focusing through it. We did have a couple that were affected by
it,
but they was able to really get through it. The tough times, because we told them that's what life's about. You're gonna face some blows, and that was a tough blow.
Many times when you have something like they happen like that, you almost want to honor that person with your best effort.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You want to give everyone your best like that. But that's value.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to value each other each and every day. That's what we tell them. You have to live your life every day like it's your last. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time that you're here, because you never know.
Exactly right. Dr. Farrell and his group with the band, brand new uniforms that they're getting out there. I know this was a very poignant time for them as well, bringing their band onto the field.
Oh yeah, big fella. He explained to me last week. We were just talking about the website, because he does our website, and I told him, I said, you got a lot of kids out there, which he's excited about. I said, you look together. He said, well, Coach, we haven't even brought out the secret weapon yet. And I was like, what is that? He was like, the uniforms. And I was like, you know what? I said, we brought out our secret weapon, because we got new uniforms this year as well. But it was good. It was good to see, them in uniform, and he's doing a fabulous job with that program.
Yes.
I love what he's doing. He loves his job. He really does. He's a big pillar, in the high school. To have 130 people out, to increase his numbers like that, he's doing something right.
I think he's also reaching down to the middle schools. He's coordinating with them, and the kids are wanting to be a part of that program.
Oh yeah, we strive to be a part of something.
Mm-hmm.
When we was coming up, I was in the chorus. I was in the Great Entertainers.
I need a soundtrack of that. I need to have that for our next show.
Hey, I had to sign it.
We'll do a duet next show.
I had the shiny vest, the white band shoes, and the white pants. But it was something to be a part of.
Sure.
Now they've kind of gotten away from that mindset that I'm only going to do one thing. And the more that you're a part of, because you never know which way life's going to take you.
Right.
You never know. So, my job and the staff job is to help these guys expose themselves to multiple opportunities outside of the field.
That's excellent. We're going to talk more about that and how things going on at LaGrange High School. But right now you're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show live from Marisol right here on Eagle Sports.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
For a money-saving way to protect your possessions, call Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show live here from Mayor Sullivan with Coach Deanna Burks. And we're reflecting back on last week's game on Friday night as the East Coweta folks came into Callaway Stadium. And it was a bit strange to see Coach down there with a whole different, now Coach Purdue with a whole different uniform and a look down there. But it was nice to honor those guys at halftime. It was before the game, excuse me.
Before the game, yes. That was something that we had talked about because we're celebrating 100 years of football.
Wow.
So that game there was dedicated to the year of the 2000s. And he did a spectacular job, with this program, winning, like I said, last week. He's a Hall of Fame coach, hands down. So it was good to see him, Coach Pleasance, Coach J.R. Revere, really come back. And it was a homecoming. It was a homecoming. His team was very prepared. They looked very good, and they're a 7A school. Now, during the course of the week, we never mentioned that to our guys, that they was a 7A school, which I don't know if some of them even looked at to see, who they were. But, we just downplayed that part of it. And after the game, I explained to them that, hey, you just went up against the top level, of it all. And it shocked some of them. But, it was really good to see him, Coach Branch.
Coach Traylor was out there
Coach
as well.
Traylor, Coach Croc, that group there stayed together for over 18 years.
Yep.
So
the offense under Coach Traylor and the defense under Coach Branch, that's a whole lot of folks that have gone through that program.
Hey, when you think of LaGrange football, those are the two, outside of the head coach.
A lot of creativity out of those guys, too. I just think about over the years as I've watched them really from the other side, playing with, calling a troop ball game or a Callaway ball game. But I remember the one year where troop really thought they had some things going, and they threw to the corner so many times. The quarterback would stand up, throw to the end, stand up, throw to the other end. We could not stop them to save our lives. I'll never forget. It was one of the worst ball games I've ever seen for troop, but it was a great ball game for the Grangers, and they just did that to lots of folks over the years.
Oh yeah, they one thing that we've always prided ourselves on is knowing what we're doing. I remember the coaches saying that we're not going to change anything. That we truly believe that we're better than the other team. That's been our motto. And Steve and the staff came down, with that motto. The things that they did, I did it in high school, but it was tough that, having our guys in the situation and didn't understand, certain things that was going on. But, we did it and we did it well. That's one thing that me and the staff now, we have been discussing, just doing the basics better than anybody else, letting them have that staple that this is who we are. And that's tough to do when you have, young guys that's never hit the field before and you're trying to put them in a situation to be successful. But, we're getting some guys back, so we're going to stick to our plan.
I was thinking about some guys that really showed up well. I think that they did their very best in that ball game. I think that Nathan Cronick is doing everything you can ask of him with the line that he's got, and also Thrash. I think he's going to be down the line a guy you're really going to be able to count on.
Oh yeah, we wanted to put him out in this situation. You looked at Thrash. Thrash have averaged at least 4 catches and 65 yards in every game that we played in. I talked to him Friday before the game and let him know what those numbers were, and then I read off my stats in 15 games, and I think where he is now at the end of 4, I was right there at 12.
Wow.
12 games. So, that young man there, I can say he is a top-of-the-line kid. His parents have done a wonderful job with him. He's very respectful. A lot of our guys are.
Sure.
But JT Thrash, when you think of him as a sophomore in this position, possibly being our number one receiver, put in position to be our number one receiver, that speaks volumes down the road.
I thought Jalen Wilson also showed up well, had a couple of catches. Nathan was able to distribute the ball, I think about a 12-yard play that he was able to come up with. It's good to see him stepping up a little bit too.
Now, up front, we've been solid up front for the past couple of games. This game, we had some holes, and the pressure was able to get to Nathan and Ahmad, pretty quickly. Right. So we had to get the ball out. We really would like to be able to sit in there and get the ball down the field on a vertical passing game. But when you have, like I say, a young quarterback, young receivers, you don't want to waste plays, trying to get the ball down the field. You want to give them that confidence, get the ball out quick, get the ball in the receiver's hands, and let them do work.
Well, once he's dropped back, you're between 3 and 5 seconds of needing to release the ball. And when you've got a defensive man right in your face within 2 seconds sometimes,
right.
it's hard to find your man downfield, much less get the ball down to him.
Right. One of our the easiest pass play we have, we call it 90 fast, where we just catch and throw to the outside right now. He got sacked on it. And when that play happened, I just looked at his demeanor. I was just looking to see if he was just going to throw up his hands and was like, okay, we can't even get the fast off, so we're in trouble. But he didn't. He stood in there. He took the hit, came back the next play and gained 8 yards, with his feet. So he is going to be a remarkable young man in this program. We expect a lot from him. I told him the other night that, hey, the expectations are not going to change. They are high, but he can handle it.
Well, you're talking about legacy. Let's just look at what the name Chronic's going to mean to LaGrange High School football folks.
One thing that young man told me after the Griffin game, I asked each guy, who are you playing this game for? And his answer was that he was playing for LaGrange High School, he was playing for his teammates, and he was playing for his family name.
Right.
I thought that was huge
for
a young guy to state that, because he understands what's at stake. So he's approaching the field, of a winning mindset that, hey, I got a lot to protect, So he's doing a fabulous job. With his hands, with his feet, with his mindset. We want him to be a little bit more vocal. He's just a quiet kid. He's one that don't want to bother nobody.
Well, he's a Hollis Hand kid that's playing in football, so I'm real excited. He's my go-to guy right now.
Hey, I told him, I said, hey, you're going to have to ruffle some feathers. You are the general. You are the field general.
Right.
And if you look at any quarterback that's been successful, they are lining people up. They are telling guys what to do. It's okay to do that. But that just shows the discipline that he has, that, coach, whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do it, just to be in that line. But him and the young crop that we have, they're going to be really good.
That's excellent. Let's take another break. We'll come back. We're going to talk a little bit about the defense and also looking ahead to what's coming up the next couple of weeks. Right now, you're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show, live from Marisol on Eagle Sports.
Introducing the most valuable provider, your nationally ranked WellStar West Georgia Medical Center. Ranked a top 100 large community hospital by Truven Health Analytics. Named a top 100 great community hospital by Becker's Hospital Review. Rated top 100 in medical excellence and patient safety by CareChecks. WellStar West Georgia Medical Center. Award-winning healthcare right here in LaGrange. To learn more, visit wellstar.org/WGMC. We believe in life well lived.
Hi friends, Just Like to hear with Kia of LaGrange. Our game plan is set and our 16 model Kia's gotta go to make room for the 17 models that are arriving daily. This means extra savings for you for all our 16 models. Right now you can take home a 16 Kia Optima LX for as low as $19,900. With prices like this, they won't last long. Hurry to 1217 Lafayette Parkway and let our Star Savings team help you get in the Kia of your dreams. Check us out online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Price plus tax, tag, and title. Start number 19112. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show, live here from Marisol. I'm Jack Moore, and I'm joined with Coach Diallo Burks, and we're talking Granger football. And, Coach, we've been talking a lot about the offense and Ahmad and Nathan and Thrash and some of those guys. Let's talk about the defense, because you've got some young guys that are really stepping up, and they're doing their best to put a lick on some folks.
Yes, up front, that's the heart and soul of the defense. You have DeAndre Pollard that's playing at a high level. He's the Division I recruit. He has some offers, followed by Jonathan Alajibutu, who's really doing a good job in the middle.
He's a Hollis Head kid, too. All right, I can claim him, too.
I still remember him in talent shows,
Boo
dancing
too.
and things.
Oh,
Boo
yeah.
too. We also have LaMarcus Brown, that's doing a really good job up front for us. Now, we'll tell you we're missing one, James Clark, who we'll be getting back later on this week, so he'll be able to play next game. I also have Rico Dunn, who is all over the field, new guy that transferred in. He's the energy and heartbeat of the defense. You look at the past 2 weeks, with all the points that's been put up on us. If you look at the first quarter and you look at the fourth quarter when he's out there, there's no difference.
Right.
He's all over the field, and that's what you want. You look at, I mentioned in the paper, 6 sophomores, 1 freshman.
Right.
That's what we're playing with on defense. So
and it's not just experience that hurts you. It's just size. I mean, they're just physically smaller than guys that are seniors and juniors that they're going up against, especially a team that's a 7A school.
But you look at a guy coming out of Gardner Newman and you put him on the field, talking about go win a football game versus a 7A school.
Yeah.
That's what you have. But we're gonna play the cards that we're dealt. Like I said, in life, you occur some situations where you have to endure, and we're in that part now of our season where we just have to endure. We're getting ready to open up region play where we're 0-0. We're even with everybody in our region. So this is the time where it really counts. And you look at it and you don't want to say that the other 4 didn't count because you played them.
Right.
But, as long as you come out in the preparation stages, you prepare, to go into region play, which region play is going to propel you into the state playoffs. So it's a step-by-step season. So
I think, Coach, you're exactly right. That so often you set goals, and always a team wants to find a way to get in those state playoffs. Get in there, and then you never know what can happen once you walk into those state playoffs. Many teams have gone deep, much deeper than people ever expected them to, because they catch fire at the right time.
Right. And you're dealing with a young team that once they figure it out, could be very well be hard to stop. I remember one of my best seasons when I was with the Desperados. We were the number 1 team in the AFL chasing the history record, per se. We didn't lose a game until the second one before the final week. And we was 14-1 going into the playoffs. And we were playing the last seeded team, and we lost first round. We lost. So I have personally saw, the effects that if you don't show up to play, when it's time, you could get embarrassed and you can be at home.
Ask the New England Patriots, going to undefeated season, walking all the way to the Super Bowl, and then listen to the Giants.
And lose, but that's because of a focus, because you can get so complacent and so content with what you're doing, because I remember each and every game vividly. When we approached practice, it was like, okay, you do your job and that's it. It wasn't anything extra. Right. So when we got in that situation, because we never fell short in a game, we never trailed in a game until that one that we lost. So when we faced that adversity, it was like, okay, we're looking at each other like, okay, what do we do?
Right.
What do we do? You look at how we've lost. Callaway was a tough game. It was a hard-filled game. Griffin, you look up, they put up 51 points. East Coweta, 49 points. We've lost probably in every single way possible that you could lose. So now, we have to be able to look at it and see, okay, when we're faced in that tough situation, we understand what it feels like. So the mindset on how to get ourselves out, we know it.
Right.
We know it now. The kids just have to believe it.
We're going to look ahead to a region play when we come back and get ready to close out things live from Marisol. But right now you're listening to the Granger Gridiron Show right here on Eagle Sports.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service. Bravo! It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. But then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange or in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. So drop by Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, Georgia. We have your flu shot ready. So come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
There we are. Welcome back to the Granger Gridiron Show. We're live from Marisol. We appreciate you joining us tonight. And if you haven't had dinner yet, that you should have come to Marisol. But we still got some time. You can come on here and enjoy us a great meal here at the restaurant. Coach, we're looking ahead. We've got an off week this week, and I think it couldn't have come at a better time.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. We still have some guys that haven't been cleared yet. The protocol for their timetable is this week. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of glad that we have this week off, and to get just back right in a frame of mind and let some bodies, really heal up before we go into this last stretch.
Well, looking ahead, we have that week we get to heal up, as you said, and have a lot of guys coming back. I think it's going to really shore up some things, reinforce some things. But then we'll jump right into the region schedule. I think is it Chapel Hill we got first? No, that's Troop's got Chapel Hill first. Y'all got?
We have Central Carrollton. We'll play Central Carrollton, Cedartown. We'll go to Cartersville. Then we'll come back. We'll play Troop, Sandy Creek, and then we'll close it out with Chapel Hill.
As I think about, I've kind of looked at the region myself for both LaGrange and for Troop, and Central has been a strong team in AA for a while. Usually in Callaway have had some good battles, but they've moved up to Quad, and they're faltering. They're not quite the team that they were in AA.
Well, Coach Zachary that left, he's at Georgia Southern now, did a really good job of really turning that program around. And they lost 23 seniors last year. So you're talking about a AA school now just moved to Quad A. To lose that many guys, that hurts. That hurts. So right now they're in a rebuilding stage as well.
Yeah, I think they took on Minor High School out of Alabama, lost 54-0 last week. So it was a tough loss for them. And of course, y'all's win against Villa Rica. They had just beaten Central Carroll the week before, so they're hurting a little bit. And but at the same time, sometimes a hurt animal is something you got to watch out for.
Oh yeah. And we're still LaGrange. Mm-hmm. So people don't care how many sophomores, how many freshmen we're playing. They see LaGrange High School, across our chest. So that means we're automatically marked. They're gonna bring their best. A lot of our kids know those kids up there. So it's going to be a classic battle.
Chapel Hill, I think we haven't seen very often in this area. It'd be good to kind of start things off with them. They actually had a tie last week with Fayette County, 6-6. Don't see that a whole lot in high school football, but they had that. Cedartown, they're a tough team. A 35-7 win over Rockmart last week. The Tigers are really resurgent. I think that they're really stepping up things in a big way. And, of course, you look at Sandy Creek, they're one of those teams that just seem to always be able to put things together.
Oh, yeah. Chip's doing a fine job up there. His staff has been together for a while. Those kids understand the system. They have a rec league system that's second to none, where those kids grow up, 4 and 5 years old, running their system. So that's another tool that you're fighting against.
I remember that in the old days when we took on Woodward Academy a lot. We at the Troop High School, they were one of our big rivals, and they've been running that Woodward box since they were 3 or 4 in the backyard football. They were running the Woodward box, and they ran it all the way into high school.
Oh yeah, it makes a difference now. It's a big difference when you can hear the terminology over and over and over. And once you get to that level, all they have to do is see, talent-wise, where do you fit in the system. You're not really wasting that time trying to learn what to do. You've already learned it. The thing that we battle is we have to, really teach a system and figure that out at the same time. And, with the timetable that we are allowed to do certain things, it's a hindrance. We don't have a lot of time.
Right. It's one. Coach Mummy and I talk about this. That when I think you and I have talked about it too. When you're in college or even higher, you're not needing to spend the time on the basics. They walk in with a lot of that knowledge, but y'all have to teach some of these guys from scratch how to put their knee pads in their pants.
Right, and how to bring your shoes and your helmet to the game, and don't forget it. It's definitely a step up from middle school, but that's high school football. We go through it, every high school in America go through it on some level, but you look at the college level, they get to recruit.
Right.
You know, they get to recruit their talent to where they can go and pick every best guy, you know, every high school team if they want to, and bring them into their program. The thing that LaGrange High School have done a fabulous job is preparing guys for the next level. That we're able to go in and play right off the bat because we understand those basics. We've been coached to do those things at a high level. So we're able to go in versus a kid from another high school that was just put on the field to just go be the best because he was the fastest and the biggest. We were able to,
those foundational pieces.
Yes, we were able to use our minds.
You know, Coach, I talked to a lot of people around town about things, and of course, since I'm on the radio, they think I know something about some sports for some reason. But one of the things that I've heard over and over again, and I really think you have such a quality staff, is that y'all are training young men, and y'all have such a high standard. And person for person talks about that high standard that you have for the character and the way these guys are going to approach both academics and their athletics.
Well, you look at the number 2 program in the state of Georgia. That speaks volumes. You know, 39th in the nation.
Right.
Once you just look at those numbers, if you don't believe that the standard is high, something's wrong with you. You know, and that's over the years of being trained that this is how we do things. This is how things are done. This is what we expect. This is how we act. So, you know, I'm in this position now, and nothing's going to change. You know, we expect to win championships. We expect to act well in the classroom, be upstanding citizens. Also, academically, you know, you're talking about competing on the field. We want all A's in the classroom, too. You know, we want to be able to have the smartest team and the best team on the field. I want to be good everywhere.
Yep.
And that's how we prepare ourselves on the field and off the field.
Well, you know, the lessons of athletics are about, you know, overcoming adversity, working with a group of people, having a common goal, and working to succeed in it. And those things are universal. We'll take them into their colleges, into their whatever kind of education they have to, and of course into their jobs.
Right. The thing that's different now, Jack, is the dynamics. You know, on how you can do certain things. You know, there's a lot of limits now that wasn't placed when I was playing, or even 5 years ago, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, that we can only tackle for 90 minutes a week.
Right.
90 minutes, that's an hour and a half.
Yeah, we were doing coffee corners 90 minutes of practice. I mean,
right. We was practicing 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
You know, the sun was gone. It was nighttime. You know, the grass was wet when we came off of it, but the dynamics have changed. And if you don't have things in place for as program-wise, like you say, to get these kids at an early age where you can start preparing them and training them in your system, it's going to be tough.
Yep. Well, Coach, I wish you a restful weekend off. We don't have a whole lot of those during the year, but looking forward to coming back and jumping into our region schedule. For Coach Burks, I'm Jack Bourne. We appreciate you joining us tonight for the Granger Gridiron Show, and we'll see you next week on the radio.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange or in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. So drop by Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, Georgia. We have your flu shot ready. So come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Hi, friends. Just like to hear with Key of LaGrange. Now you can take home a